First off, based on everything I've read and trying it multiple times myself, launched DualShock 4 controllers will not pair up to your phone. It'll just search and search but never connect. So I bought a white DualShock 4 controller, and though it initially took a couple of tries and can be a bit finicky, I got it to work, no rooting required. I'm using a Note 5, but the pairing process should be the same for all consumer Gear VR compatible phones. Swipe down from the top of the screen and then press and hold the Bluetooth icon. Make sure it is scanning for devices to pair with, and then, on the DualShock 4, press and hold the PlayStation button and the Share button at the same time. The light bar on top will begin to flash as shown, and Wireless Controller should appear on the list of available devices to pair up with. Tap that and it should connect. Try it a few times if it doesn't work at first by turning Bluetooth off and on and pairing again. If you're still having trouble getting it to connect, you can download a free app called Bluetooth Auto Connect that might be able to help. If that still doesn't work, make 100% sure you're not using a launched DualShock 4 controller. This can be tricky because, despite minor improvements later being made to the controller, the model number never changed. The launch colors for the DualShock 4 were black, red, and blue, which is why I chose the white controller to test with, as it was released 10 months later in September of 2014. However, if you don't already own a non-launched DualShock 4 controller, I do not recommend buying one specifically for the Gear VR. While the controller itself is great, it seems to be a roll of the dice as to whether it will work as it should. Even ignoring the occasional connection issue, several times I've had to exit out of a game, restart my phone, or turn Bluetooth off and on to get rid of lag from my button inputs. I haven't been able to find a solution, as it can't happen or not happen regardless of how long my phone has been on, how many apps are running, etc. But it occurs enough to be pretty annoying and for me to be unable to recommend it to most people. I've also, on multiple occasions, had my Oculus library appear on screen for just a moment before disappearing and becoming completely inaccessible. The weirdest issue, however, was when I held the back button on the Gear VR to go to the Oculus home screen and had the options menu spin in a circle around my head. These problems only happened when the DualShock 4 was on and paired to my phone. When it does work properly, though, it's great. And Keep Talking Nobody Explodes, I found it was a little bit faster and a lot safer to disable modules and rotate the bomb using the controller versus the touchpad, and the buttons are assigned in the way that you expect, like the X button being used to select things and the circle button being used to go back. But then again, I can play something like Adventure Time Magic Man's Head games and have the controller inputs not make any sense. It became a guessing game whenever I would encounter a new tutorial and try to figure out which button they're showing me on the screen corresponds to the button on the DualShock 4, where their triangle is my L1 and pausing the game is done by clicking in the right stick for some reason. So, to summarize, if you have a non-launched DualShock 4, it's a decent controller option if that's all you have, but don't go out and buy one specifically for the Gear VR. I haven't had the chance to try any myself, but there's a small list of controllers specifically optimized for the Gear VR, with the SteelSeries Stratus XL seemingly the best one and the one Oculus recommends on their site. I don't have one yet, but once I get my hands on it, I'll make another video. I really need to get a green screen. So for the contest, I have a brand new, still in the box, white DualShock 4 controller to give away. The same kind seen in the video that I use with my Gear VR. I don't care how old you are, I don't care what country you're from, as long as the United States Postal Service delivers there, then you're good to go. So you live in Cuba, North Korea, Iran, Sudan, or the Crimea region of Ukraine, I apologize, but the USPS does not deliver there. All you have to do is leave a comment that says DS4 somewhere in the body of it. I will then take all the usernames, put them into random line picker made by Text Mechanic, randomly select a winner, and then private message that person asking them for their shipping details. That's it. We have until 11:59 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday, February 10th, 2016 to enter. If you're watching this video after that, the controller's already gone. And those not a requirement of the contest, please consider subscribing and leaving a like, as every little bit helps. I have more virtual reality videos and giveaways coming in the near future. Thanks for watching.